Good evening, YouTube. So this evening, I came across this article in the National Post, and all credit to the National Post for this article and these images. I just would like to address the concern of our defense minister honoring the Chinese Communist Party, and it's actually a more propaganda rally than anything, supporting communist China. There are several things going on with this defense minister that I find extremely peculiar and anti-Canadian, to put it frankly. Number one, under his purview, injured war veterans will be receiving less money for their sacrifice in serving Canada overseas in dangerous areas like Afghanistan and so on, particularly Syria. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, our defense minister, our Minister of Defense, who should be a Canadian patriot, is at a gala praising China for reasons that completely baffle me. Here I have articles of the Canadians that have been detained by the Chinese government, one of which has been sentenced to death already. So Chinese court has held an appeal Thursday for the Canadian who is sentenced to death for drug smuggling. This was a pretense to kill him. Essentially, the Chinese are angry with us over the arrest of the daughter of the Huawei CEO. So this is retaliation by China for Meng Wanzhou, the CFO of Huawei, and so what I'm getting at is that why is this defense minister at a gala for the Chinese while Canadians are detained? 13, according to this article, 13 Canadians detained in China since December when the Huawei executive was arrested. So they're still there. And what does this defense minister do? Go to a propaganda party to honor the Chinese Communist Party and to, by extension, honor China, despite their reprehensible behavior. So I don't care what the reason is that he's claiming to be on behalf of. I don't buy that for a second. If he was really trying to speak on behalf of the two Canadians, he'd be over there like negotiating their release. You know, you're judged by your actions, not your words. And really, the Liberal Party has done nothing to get our Canadian people back to us safely. And the fact that one is already sentenced to death, you know, like, we should not be hosting an event. We should not be seen with these people. This is an absolute disgrace. And the fact, I can show you this morning, here you go, for Chinese greatness, a protester shot in Hong Kong amid unrest on China National Day. Amid Hong Kong trying to achieve its independence from China, and they are just protesting it, and they're already being shot, beat up in the streets by the police, and all kind of undemocratic things that are happening over there. So you could take this with a, you know, this is an absolute disgrace. I cannot imagine, and it's an absolute spit in the face of those 13 Canadians that are detained over there and that are trapped there. This is not acceptable behavior from our Minister of Defense. And it just proves the hypocrisy more of the Liberal government, you know, that they really don't care about Canadians. They care about furthering their interests with China. And despite the fact that the Chinese don't wish to be friends with us, and that's irrelevant because negotiations ended when they decided they were going to capture 13 of our people. And I don't care if it was only one. There is severe threat in Hong Kong to the 300,000 plus Canadians that live there. And those people have been advised to return home for safety reasons. So you're going to break bread with a country who's hostile against us? I don't think so. This is again, the Chinese, what Trump is trying to put out to us, the Chinese are not a friendly neighbor, really, in practice. What they seek is power, money, and influence. And to do business with them is to make a very severe lapse in judgment. And you must be careful. Trump is already trying to level the playing field. But the Canadians, my goodness, the Canadians under this government, we are doing absolutely nothing. And in fact, we are encouraging their behavior. So as a Canadian, I'm deeply, deeply concerned and disturbed by this. And the Liberal Party should be ashamed of themselves. And I feel very strongly that these kind of joining with them for whatever reason that they wanted, the celebrating the 70th anniversary, that's nonsense. A celebration of communism is still a celebration of communism, and that has killed more than 100 million people under Chairman Mao. So let us not be naive to think that China can unmake the past. No way. Remember that it's still very, very dangerous over there and continues to be so. So with that, I would like to thank you for your time and attention. I will be releasing another video on this very, very soon. My fellow Canadians, please, please open your eyes and see the Liberal Party laid bare. It's not good. If you believe in humanity, you believe in protecting innocent lives, look at this. Look at this propaganda that's going on and see it for what it is. Our Canadian citizens here still trapped in China for revenge on for arresting the CFO of Huawei, and being executed. Here they are, China to execute Canadians sentenced to death, and a second Canadian is in the wings to be second Canadian faces execution in China. See it for what it is. Here we have our Minister of Defense here, Harjit Sajjan, to entertain these people, and I tell you, that's an absolute disgrace to Canada. And it is, you form your own opinion, but I want you to see it. All these articles that you can see here, for me, I cannot explain my anger. It's disgraceful, and it's completely to those who are about to be unjustly killed in China for being Canadian for this political reasons is an absolute disgrace and embarrassment to our government. And if they cared about our citizens, they would do the right thing and they would do something about it. So thank you for your time. Again, good evening, my fellow Canadians, my fellow YouTubers, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.